can see there is, if you go all the way over there, is actually there are more companies that are shutting down their operations than we saw at the peak of the financial crisis.
24 months of debate. But Piers, now hold a second.
I think the public
I'm going to tell you right
apology.
now, if you give me a chance, ask yourself this question. What would Vladimir Putin want us to do? He wants to be divided right now because he's using energy.
Oh, come on.
Because he's using energy.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, come on.
You can't say sorry because Vladimir Putin may not like it.
I said to you...
Nadine, people are laughing
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I just want to point that out.
Really?
Do you not believe that Vladimir Putin is using energy, which is where the inflation is coming from, where countries around the world are having to raise interest rates?
Nadine, with respect, what does this have to do with a simple apology to the British people for the train wreck that has happened in the last 10 days?
I just said to you, Liz, in her conference, she said, I get it, and I changed the policy.
Are you sorry?
Of course I'm sorry.
Thank you. She's done. I think if you come in at this stage with 2 years to an election, with the polling as catastrophic as it is, and it's a direct result of the very first thing that you do for the country, and you play casino politics with the nation's economy, and you put it all on red and it comes up black, and you then have to start rewinding and reversing half of your strategy, and there's a run on the pound, the Bank of England has to intervene and spend billions of pounds bailing out pension funds, interest rates start soaring, mortgages start soaring. I'm not sure how she has the brass neck to stay on the job.
Certainly what's been going on at the Tory party conference has been an absolute fiasco. You know, and we've seen it. We've all witnessed it. We've witnessed it on a daily basis. And she's the wrong person for the job. That's what I believe. I just do not think she is the right person for the job. And I also don't trust her. I don't trust her. There's something about her that I just simply do not trust. So I ain't a fan.
A handful of Tory MPs and Tory party members chose her. She didn't let on at all that this is what she was planning to do, and then she's announced a huge package of unfunded borrowing to target help to the wealthiest at a time when most people are struggling, and she's crashed the economy. I don't really give a stuff what the future of Liz Truss is, but I really do care what the future of 1.8 million people who are about to come off fixed-term mortgages, who are going to see their mortgage payments rise by £500 a month, wiping out any of the help on energy costs. I really do care what's going to happen to them.
How we develop is learning by our mistakes. There is no human being alive that can actually say they've never made a mistake. And to have that expectation of somebody is just a ridiculous expectation.
But if I just say, we're not at a time where we can afford these kind of mistakes. We're in a very crucial position. We simply can't afford these kind of mistakes. And they're being made time and time and time again. And it's got to stop. We need some vision, but we have no vision. This party has absolutely no vision.
So there you have it, folks. Blaming Putin doesn't really work anymore. That government official made an absolute fool of himself trying to blame Putin. And you've seen how people are just laughing at him now. Anyone that tries to blame Putin now just gets laughed at. The people are just fed up of this ridiculous excuse. Blame Putin this, blame Putin that. It's like they can do whatever the hell they want. They can make as many mistakes as they want. And their answer to everything, oh, it's Putin's fault. They think that people are really stupid. I guess most people are stupid, but not everyone. So this article has come out as well. UK households urged to reduce energy use to avoid winter power cuts. So I've been saying this for the last few months in my previous videos, and I was saying that how irresponsible Britain is, because you look at Germany. Germany has been, conserving gas and electricity for months now. They've been asking companies to switch off electricity. Berlin lights have been shut down, and they're asking people to use lower and lower electricity. Germany has been doing that for months, for 3 months now they've been doing it. But any such warnings in UK? Nope. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And when Liz Truss came into power, somebody asked her, are we gonna have power cuts in UK? She said, no, don't worry, we're not gonna have power cuts. And guess what? You see this article has come out. It says UK households urged to reduce energy use. So what this article is saying is if you're living in UK, between 4 o'clock and 9 o'clock, there's going to be power cuts or something, or between 4 and 7. And between 4 and 7 is probably the most peak time because people come from work, kids come home from school, and this is the time when, people want to have showers, people want to, just had a hard day's work, so they want to kind of sit in front of the television, relax, or do something. This is like the peak hours. This is the time when people use electricity the most. I mean, when you come home from work, first thing you want to do is jump in the shower because and same with kids. I'm sure all these kids that come from school, they want to come home and have a shower, then relax and do their homework. So these are like peak hours. And what the government is saying is try and use like appliances at night, off peak hours. So I don't know what kind of world they are living in, but a lot of people have, dishwashers and washing machines in the kitchen. And if they leave that on at night, then basically it just makes too much noise. You can't go to sleep because it's making so much noise. Also, during those peak hours between 4 and 7, this is the time when people cook because obviously they want to have dinner and they can't even go out locally because everything has been shut down because of the power cuts. So what are people expected to do? And if you want to make dinner after the power cuts come on, what about, if you have work in the morning or your kids need to go to school the next day? This is going to mess up everyone's schedules. The government really do not know what they're talking about. They haven't really thought about this. And it's a kind of arrogant approach, to be honest, because they think, oh, we're Britain, we're part of the developed world, we are the 5th largest economy, we can't have blackouts. No way. No way we can have blackouts. It's impossible. We're a developed country. And I think a lot of arrogance has gone into it. There hasn't been any sort of planning whatsoever. So I want to kind of show you this as well. This is stuff that they are not going to teach you at school. So UK ramps up gas and oil exports to the EU amid Russia's war in Ukraine. And this was way back in June and July. And you can see Britain's good exports records 16.4 billion in April despite impact of Brexit. So what this article is saying, all of these gas companies in UK, they are making a huge profit by selling gas to EU and other countries as well. So the people who are living in UK, they're the ones that are struggling. They're the ones that are going to be having power cuts. So where the hell is all of this gas going? Why is it not going to UK households? Because I'll tell you why. Because these companies are all about making profit. 170 billion profit they made last few years. 170. Imagine what that could have done to British economy. And the reason, these companies are all about profits because these are all privatized companies. They need to show profits. They need to make profits for their shareholders. They need to show profits in their books. They need to give profits to their shareholders, dividends. And this is the problem. France has nationalized all of their energy companies. Germany is doing the same. So why can't Britain do the same? It's very easy. During times of hardship, during an emergency, it's okay to nationalize companies. During the Second World War, Britain nationalized all the major industrial companies and turned these factories into making weapons rather than manufacturing goods. So we are now probably living in a worse situation than World War II right now. Instead of bombs being dropped on our heads, we have Liz Truss and the government shitting on our heads instead. And despite all of that, Liz Truss issues hundreds of new oil and gas licenses despite climate change. So let me tell you something. Liz Truss issues hundreds of new oil and gas licenses. Do you think all of this will benefit the UK public? I'm going to take you back to this article again. UK ramps up gas and oil exports to the EU. Liz Truss issues hundreds of new oil and gas licenses. So just think about it for a second. Do any of these oil and gas companies actually think about British interests? No. They're going to think about their own interests. They're going to think about exporting all of these gas and oil. They're going to want to make the most profit as possible. They're going to be exporting it to the EU. They're going to be exporting it to China, maybe, to India. Who knows? But I'll tell you one thing, exporting gas and oil makes you a lot more money than giving it to the British public. This government has got no idea. And I just think that Liz Truss is under the pocket of all of these gas and oil executives. She's like their dream. She's doing everything in her power to make these guys richer. Like the tax cuts, like all of these new licensing, the cost of living budget, where she's going to pay 200 billion to put more money into these fat cats' pockets. These guys must be loving Liz Truss. Absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. I'm going to try and make my videos a lot more quicker and slicker. I'm not going to be ranting on and on. So hope you like the new format. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you want to support me on Patreon, on locals as well, I'd really appreciate it, because Google has decided not to pay me anymore for some reason. So I'm thinking of opening a new channel soon. Who knows? I'll decide in the next few days. Anyway, I'll see you soon, and I'll see you in the next video.